From the Blast Off Cleaning Equipment Studios, welcome back to the WPIAL Recap Show. I'm your host and WPIAL Insider, Carlos Offco. The WPIAL Recap Show is where we highlight the top 11 games from last Friday night's action, as well as going down with the top 25, as well as some unbelievable headlights, recapping everything from this past Friday night. We are at the penultimate week, week 8 of Western Pennsylvania high school football. We are inching closer and closer to the playoffs. That means it's winter play basketball season. There's nothing better like it in Western PA as the leaves start changing. Fall is here. Get the campfires going and head on out to a Friday night football game when it's win or go home. And for a lot of teams this week, playoff positioning and playoff berths were either clinched or lost as we head. We have one more week left in this regular season. Things are getting very, very interesting. And, just to start off with the headlines, the most shocking development from this last week was Richland dominating North Allegheny by a score of 67-0. John Fedko, the legendary high school football reporter and anchor and show host, was talking to him. He told me this was the most shocking score in his 40 years of doing high school football. North Allegheny, for reference, opened up their school in 1954. This was the largest margin of defeat in that 76 years. McKeesport had beat them 48-0 in 2004. That was the previous largest defeat. So nobody really saw this coming. A lot of different places had it as their game of the week. At Richland Stadium, it was packed. It was jam-packed with North Allegheny and Richland fans. And, everybody walked out of that game with their eyes wide open. Like, what did I just watch? People really couldn't grasp what they were looking at and what they were experiencing. We've never seen an Art Walker North Allegheny team look like this. Very, very uncharacteristic of them. They are the number 2 seed in 6A, mind you. They lost to Central Catholic by 2 scores a couple weeks ago. Richland also lost to Central Catholic by 2 scores. This may have just simply been, it wasn't North Allegheny's night. We will have highlights of that show, of that game later in the show. It was stunning. It really was stunning. And speaking of stunning, the Moon Tigers. The Moon Tigers just put 5A on notice. Hey, we are for real this year. Head coach Ryan Lynn has that defense turning. Moon upsets Upper St. Clair in a game that I will give a shout out to one of my co-hosts, Brad Everett of the Pittsburgh Union Progress. Brad said he liked Moon. I laughed. I thought everybody had Upper St. Clair. Majority of the people did have Upper St. Clair. Upper St. Clair held to 103 yards total last Friday. There was a game-winning play by the Moon defense. I don't want to spoil it. We have highlights coming up. But this Moon pass rush, this Moon front seven, they are really, really good. That's not a knock at the Moon defensive backs because they have 4 guys that will be playing at the next level in their defensive backfield as well. The Moon Tigers are for real. People kind of looked at that game against Peters Township a couple weeks ago. Peters beat them late. Moon was winning for over half of the game, though. But Peters goes on and beats them, and everybody's like, wow, Moon really hung with Peters. That's a nice moral victory. Well, this was a nice victory on paper this last Friday. So shout out to the Moon Tigers. We'll be recapping that game as well. But moving on, in maybe the biggest upset of the night, Chartiers Houston takes down the Cornell Raiders. Cornell is a team that was just playing with 1A favorite Fort Cherry 2 weeks ago. Cornell does have some head-scratching games this year. They can play with anybody. They can lose to anybody. And Chartiers Houston, down 26-7 in the second half, has a roaring comeback. This comeback is must-see, and guess what? The only place you're going to see it is right here on the WPIAL Recap Show. This game was electrifying, and it was won on the final play of the game. I don't want to call it a Hail Mary, but it was close. You'll have to watch to find out. That was another good one. Shout out to Chartiers Houston, put in 1A on notice. And, another one. We're not going to miss what 5-star running back Kamon Spell did. Mr. Spell is somebody that, we could probably recap every single week. He was banged up at the start of the year. He comes back. They are firing on all cylinders. So much so that McKeesport, they set their all-time record for points scored in a game with 76. Now, McKeesport legend Travis McBride owns the career rushing record there of 3,458 yards. There is a pretty good chance that Kamon Spell, reminder, he's a junior. He still has a whole nother year to play. There's a pretty good chance Kamon Spell breaks that next week. This is a guy that head coach Matt Miller said will probably go down as the greatest McKeesport Tiger ever. When he said that, people kind of, were taken back a little bit. But as the season progresses, it's starting to look that way. This 5-star is the real deal. He lives up to the billing. We have highlights of that game, McKeesport versus Indiana. And then finally, Elizabeth Ford had a monster matchup with the Southmoreland Scotties. Southmoreland off to their greatest start in school history, undefeated. Can Ryan Messina and the Elizabeth Warriors top them? You'll just have to watch to find out. We have all that coming up next with the highlight portion of the show coming up right here on the WPIAL Recap Show. Let's get things cooking in the highlight section of the show, going to that 5A Allegheny 6 battle, Moon versus Upper St. Clair. Moon's going to try to get on the board first. It's going to be a blocked field goal for the Panthers. And let me tell you, folks, things are only starting to get wacky here. From here, Andrew Cross, one of my favorite players in the WPIAL, having a stellar senior season, 12-yard touchdown run there. Then on third down, yes, you heard me right, third down and about 38, Upper St. Clair punts it with their quarterback, Ethan Hellman. Moon muffs it, and Upper St. Clair is in business, and that sets up a John Banbury 2-yard touchdown run. All of a sudden, things are all knotted up here at 7. Upper St. Clair then hits a field goal. Lorenzo, a 38-yard field goal. You're going to see a lot more of him. Evan Sankovic, 18-yard field goal there. We're trading field goals back and forth. Lozano again, 41 yards. We're not finished here. Sankovic, 27 yards to force overtime. Into overtime we go. It's going to be Cross on fourth down and goal. He gets in. Moon takes the lead on the ensuing play. Hellman drops back. Miles Turner, the cornerback, picks him off. The play is dead on change of possession. Moon wins the game. A stunning upset, 20-13 over Upper St. Clair. Moving on in one of the games of the night, the shocking score heard around the world. North Allegheny versus Pine Richland. How did this thing go down? We're going to start off Aaron Strader finding Jay Timmons. Jay's going to Florida State on Friday, though. He was going to the end zone. Following that up, you got Mac Miller partying on 5th Ave. All Pine Richland early. We're in the first quarter. Brady Brinkley's going to drop back to pass, step up in the pocket, and it's going to be picked off here by Pine. Going to return it down to the 2-yard line, set up his guy, Mac Miller. Another touchdown run from again, and we are only just getting started. Strader drops back to pass, finds Timmons again. Second touchdown of the night, and that's not it. And they don't have to come from Ubi Strader. Ubi going to flip it out to Jalen Niels. Niels, a trick play, finding Timmons. He mosses the defensive back. He runs it in himself. That is Timmons' third touchdown of the game. Things are getting wild here. Mac Miller splits the defense. Another touchdown for Pine Richland. It's all Pine. Can NA get anything going? No, it was a night of turnovers, a night of sacks, a night to forget for the Tigers. Strader drops back to pass here, throws it up to his guy, Khalil Taylor, a high 4-star recruit junior. Not going to be it, though. We have another one. Cooper Stistak. 12-yard touchdown run for the Rams there. Then Stisak drops back to pass, finds Sawyer Marsilio for the touchdown. The backups are even getting involved here for Pine. And let me tell you, the future's bright for Pine. 67-0. Holy smokes, what a score. In 4A Parkway action, one of the favorite conferences of everybody in the WPIAL. Montour travels to Aliquippa into the pit, and Aliquippa's Longmire going to get the Quips on the board. First 1-yard touchdown run there, but this sophomore Brandon Bennett, the lefty, got an arm, finds Xander Stern. 35-yard pass there for a touchdown. Then Quips are going to drop back to punt. Dylan Rogers with one of the plays of the night, a block punt into a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Great play there. Aliquippa would respond, though. Akiva Woods' 3-yard run, but Brandon Bennett, same play, flipped the field, though. Finds Stern again, this time from 58 yards. Montour and Aliquippa battling back and forth on the ensuing kickoff. It's going to be Montour kicking it to Raymond Miller, and Miller's going to take it to the house. He splits the defense. Unbelievable. And all he has to do is outrun the kicker. He can do that, no problem. Raymond Miller, 80 yards to the house. Quips back on it. It's going to be Brandon Bennett, though, calling his own number for a touchdown here. Caden Halugio will tack on another touchdown, but it's going to be all Spartans in the second half, 34-20 over the Quips. In a shocking matchup, Chartiers Houston travels to Cornell, the Raiders, and it's going to be the Raiders. MJ Stuckey finding Isaiah Dawson for 16 yards. That's a touchdown. The Raiders get on the board first. PAT fails. Then Kylil Johnson, he's going to William & Mary next year, and there's a reason why. Look at this kid go. Another touchdown, but the 2-point conversion fails. 12-0 Cornell. Can Char Houston get on the board? Yes, they can. Aaron Walsh finds Brody McSeary, 16-yard touchdown there. They get the extra point. Stuckey drops back to pass, finds Dawson again, this time from 27 yards out. Cornell cooking. Cornell, Lataze Littlejohn, 4-yard touchdowns, 26-7. 26-7 right now, but all of a sudden, here comes Chartiers Houston, a touchdown there. Then Dominic Andrelio, a 1-yard touchdown run, another touchdown there. Char Houston chipping away. The final play of the game, 5 seconds left. Aaron Walsh running around, throws it up into the end zone. He's going to find his guy McCreary for the touchdown. The absolute walk-off. Cornell can't believe it. Chartiers Houston with the stunner. 27-26. What a game in this single A matchup. Speaking of big matchups, Thomas Jefferson travels to Chartiers Valley. This could be for a playoff spot. It's going to be TJ's. Kane Egerton, the Super Junior, finds the end zone there. Speaking of Super Juniors, how about some Tyler Eber action? 90 yards through the heart of the defense. 90-yard touchdown. It's all TJ early. Can CV come back? This is a monster game for Coach Spence and his Colts, but it's going to be Tyler Eber. Again, 40-yard touchdown run here. He's not finished either. 10-yard touchdown run here. That's his third touchdown of the game. He got one more in him, this time from 1 yard out. Fourth touchdown of the game from Eber. It's all TJ. Luke Miranda's going to drop back to pass, find his guy Owen Waygriff on the side, and Waygriff is just going to outrun the defense. An excellent play here by the Colts, but it would not be enough. It is all TJ. We got one more to tack on here. Emmett Forte, nice sticking his foot in the ground there, planting and going up there, upfield. 45-6. It's all TJ. Moving on to the playoffs. In single A action for the conference, the Southside Rams traveled to Laurel against the Spartans, and it's going to be Southside Beavers' Andrew Corfield, 6-yard touchdown run there to get things started. But after that, it's going to be all Laurel. Lucas Santini finds Colton Carlson. Then Carlson, 3-yard touchdown run here. Here comes the Spartans. That's 2 in a row. Carlson going to find Santini going to find his guy Carlson again. We lose the cameraman, though, but it's all Laurel. Nathan Hill getting in on the action for the Spartans as well. I can't believe the Spartans just absolutely dominate after going down early. Santini's not done. Finding Jack Miles this time, 26-yard touchdown. And look at him fit this in this window. Are you kidding me? What a pass, what a catch. Then J.J. McBride, 3-yard touchdown run there. It's going to be all Spartans. 45-7. They're going to take the conference. Moving on, in 3A action, undefeated Southmoreland hosting Elizabeth Ford. Can Ryan Messina and the Warriors upend the Scott A's? It's going to be Rocco Thompson, 2-yard touchdown run there. Then Thompson, pretty much the same play, just going to run that Wildcat quarterback power, 3-yard touchdown run there. Their big QB, Ryan Messina, he can do it all. 47 yards to the house. Man, he is like the captain of this ship. He can guide the Warriors to the championship here. There's no doubt. 47 yards there. He says, you know what? I got a little bit more of me. Rolling around. Doesn't necessarily like what he sees. He's going to tuck it himself. 15-yard touchdown there. Those long arms gets that ball through the end zone there. Messina's not done. 6-yard touchdown run here. He's like a linebacker running the ball. They can't get him down. It's all EF. Gio Thompson would tack on another touchdown, 42-0 EF over Southmoreland. In 1A ball, Frazier traveling to Greensburg Central Catholic, and it's going to be Frazier's Derek Diamond, and Derek Diamond had a gem of a game. Let me tell you there, 7-yard touchdown run there. GCC would tack on a field goal, and then Samir Crosby, their super senior, would take it 5 yards. GCC leads, but it's going to be Brady Seacrest dropping back. The pass finds Lincoln Dye. What a dime from Brady Seacrest. Frazier takes the lead. GCC would tack on another field goal, but it's going to be Seacrest again. Drops back the pass and finds Dye again through the defense. 44-yard touchdown there. Frazier, can the Commodores do this thing? Crosby gonna drop back the pass. He throws a nice ball here, finds his guy Davis for the touchdown, and that's not gonna be all. Crosby gonna take it, 8-yard touchdown run here. We're going back and forth here between Frazier and Greensburg Central, but it's gonna be that gem of a running back they got, Derek Diamond. He's gonna find the edge. He's gonna break 3 or 4 tackles here. Really, really good run here for Derek Diamond. 53 yards to the house. Then Seacrest going to get on the action. 2-yard touchdown there. Frazier has the lead. Greensburg needs to make a comeback. They are winding out of time. We're going to find it. He's going to fumble it, though. Samir Crosby's going to pick it up and go score, but it would not be enough. The Commodores of Frazier go on and win 35-33 over Greensburg Central. In 5A action, big playoff scenario here. North Hills traveling to Penn Hills, and Penn Hills going to receive opening kickoff. They kick it to Richard Littlejohn, and Littlejohn's gonna take it in. They're not gonna catch him. Look at Littlejohn go. Breaking ankles. The defense can't touch him. Or I'm sorry, the kickoff return coverage can't catch him. Littlejohn takes it to the house, but from there, it's gonna be all North Hills. It's gonna be Austin Ellis finding Israel Armstead, 7-yard touchdown pass there. Their kicker, Andrew Greenland, getting in on the action here, puts them up 10-6. Can Penn Hills come back? They're going to need a score, but they're not going to get it. It's going to be Ellis doesn't like what he sees. He's going to call his own number, beat the defense to the goal line. It's going to be all North Hills 17-6. Moving on. An unbelievable battle here. McKeesport goes to Indiana. Not unbelievable if you're a Little Indians fan. And it's going to be Matthew Miller going to call his own number here on the triple option. Takes it 35 yards to the house. McKeesport gets on the board. Hakeem Cochran on the reverse. Going to beat the defenders to the edge. They're not going to be able to catch him. Another 35-yard touchdown run. But where's that 5-star come on Spell? Where's he been? Oh, there he is. Mr. Spell. Right through the heart of the defense, breaks outside, and they're not going to catch him. That's a 36-yard run. Indiana makes a devastating mistake. Just kick this out of bounds. Oh, wait, he drops the kick. He punts it. It's going to roll around. Come on, Spell is going to find it, and come on, Spell is going to find the end zone as well. 40-yard touchdown punt return there. Then Miller's going to drop back, find Abraham Miller. 29-yard touchdown pass there. We're not finished with Mr. Spell. A 3-yard touchdown run for Spell there. He's still not done. How about another 36-yard tack on that one? That's his 4th touchdown of the game. McKeesport just pouring it on Nicholas Bierman here. Indiana needed this game for playoff positioning. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs after this one. McKeesport just cooking. They're not done. Matty Miller drops back to pass, finds his guy Cortez Stinson, 1-yard touchdown there. Finishing it up, we're going to find Jordan Stuvant's actually going to find Jermaine Cowwood. And we're going to run around. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Cochran. Akeem Cochran again. And Cochran is going to juke some defenders out, find the goal line. Oh, man, a devastating hit right at the 1-yard line. But Indiana would not be shut out. Elijah Thomas, 1-yard touchdown run there. The Little Indians get on the board. But Jordan Stuvant's gonna drop back, find his guy Jermaine Cowwood. The backups for McKeesport, even those guys are scoring. They got a bright future with these backups, let me tell you. McKeesport all over Indiana, 76-6, a new school record for points in a game. And in our final matchup, Hampton travels to Mars. Hampton needs this win if they're going to be in playoff contention for 4A. The problem is, to win, you got to stop this guy named Aiden Yoakum. He leads the WPIAL in rushing. Yoakum, 10-yard touchdown run there. Then Jamison Garvin, touchdown run there for Mars. We're not finished. We are far from finished. Gabe Hine, the super receiver, he's going to take the direct snap, 69 yards to the house. It's all Fighting Planets right now. Then Colin Urisenik drops back to pass. Ethan Krasinski, 14-yard touchdown there for the Fighting Planets. Hampton, though, going to try to make a comeback. Brody Junker with the tush push there, 1-yard touchdown run. But you got to stop Mr. Yoakum in the Mars Fighting Planets. Yoakum's going to take it right off tackle. 32-yard touchdown run there. He's not finished. He's going to tack on another one for good measure. 10-yard touchdown run here. Then Urisenik, one final one from 30 yards, drops back to pass, finds his guy Gabe Hine. Gabe going to make a defender miss, and it's going to be all Mars, 49-10. And that'll do it for the highlight portion of the show. Elizabeth Forward comes through, knocks off undefeated Southmoreland. How about Come On Spell? Great performance there. I mean, that could be a weekly occurrence here. Montour taking down Aliquippa. The Parkway Conference is up over its head. Nobody knows who's going to win or lose or what. This 4A class is getting a lot of fun. Let's take a quick time out here. We'll be right back with the WPIAL recap show in the top 25 right after this.
Black Bear Fundraising, in partnership with Vertical Raise Donation Platform, is proud to sponsor the WPIAL Insider Show, Player and Coach of the Week Award. For over 25 years, we've been helping teams and groups raise the funds they need. From our premium discount cards to the Vertical Raise online platform, we've helped hundreds of programs raise millions of dollars. And just this year, we worked with Peters Township Football, helping them raise over $55,000 for their program. If you're looking for the best fundraising solution in the tri-state area, reach out to us today. Black Bear Fundraising and Vertical Raise Pittsburgh, the official fundraising partners of the WPIAL Insider Show.
Some moments on the field go beyond the game. They shape who we become. At Home Team Collections, we honor those moments with the care and craftsmanship they deserve. Because these moments aren't just memories, they're a legacy worth preserving. Any team, any sport, any logo. Visit HomeTeamCollections.com today and save $10 off your first order.
Welcome back to the WPIAL Recap Show. I'm your host and WPIAL Insider, Carlos Offco. This week 8 has been fun. We got one more week. I think the top 25 is starting to, show us who's who. a little bit. Every single week there's some major upsets that kind of set this thing, flip it on its head. And this week there was a lot of movement. Let's hop into the top 25. And once again, this top 25 is broken down by how I see the top 25 teams, regardless of classification. So if I rank a team number 1, I think that they can beat 2 through 24. Okay, so that's how we're looking at this. So let's hop into the top 25 and see just how many shakeups there were from last week. This top 25 brought to you by Fry Performance Training. Fry Performance Training is building fast, explosive, and strong athletes. Visit them online at fryperformancetraining.com. Trust me, your speed, strength, and explosiveness will be off the charts. Now, everybody was asking, will we put Pine Richland at number 1 after what they did to North Allegheny? And the answer is going to be no. And I know people are upset. Things were different since that week 2 game with Central Catholic beating Pine Richland by 14 points. Central Catholic has the head-to-head win. Unless Central loses before the state final, I can't see Pine jumping them. That's just my opinion. Central has the head-to-head. They're going to stay at number 1. 1, 2, and 3 stay the same. Central, Pine Richland, and Peters. Avonworth jumps all the way up to 4. Woody High enters into the top 5 at number 5. If you're wondering, 2 fell big time. Number 9, North Allegheny, and number 10, Upper St. Clair, both falling. And when they fall, teams like McKeesport take the number 6 spot, Penn Trafford at 7, and Moon at 8. Penn Trafford takes the spot over Moon because Penn Trafford does have the head-to-head win. Once again, it was early in the year. Moon is firing on all cylinders, but they have the head-to-head win. We'll see how things shake out in the playoffs because both are going to be in the same bracket in 5A. Whereas Central Catholic and Pine Richland, Central 6A, Pine is 5A. We're not going to see another matchup there again. But that rounds out the top 10. Upper St. Clair and NA stay in it despite 2 losses. Even though North Allegheny lost by 67, they are comfortable at 9. Now, here's where things get fun. 4A, dominating the next 2, Mars and Thomas Jefferson. Imani Christian at 3A is number 13, Newcastle at 14, Norwin. I like the Knights. Right now, the 3 seed in 6A. They're at 15. Bethel Park up to 16 after a nice win last week. Montour beats Aliquippa. They are at 17. Trinity at 18, and the Quips keep on falling. They lost Marcus Council. They're down to 19. South Allegheny at 20. 21, Elizabeth Forward with big Ryan Messina. Seton LaSalle, the top 2A school other than South Allegheny. South Allegheny and Seton, the both 2A schools there. South Fayette at 23. Central Valley back on the list at 24. And Chartiers Valley drops to 25. And that'll do it for the top 25. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was one heck of a show. We got one more week of regular season action. And then it's winter play basketball season. Buckle up because the playoffs, these brackets are going to be ridiculous. I have a decent feeling there's going to be a lot of upsets in this first round. But we get to crown some conference champions next week. We get more teams clinching their playoff berths next week. So let's finish off the regular season on a great note and get ready for playoff football, and there's no better time in Western Pennsylvania than high school playoff football. I'm your host, WPIAL Insider Carlos Ofco. I'll be seeing you guys next week.